Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Mindfulness, week 37. Be an objective advisor. And the quote for the week: there is a voice inside of you that whispers all day long. I feel this is right for me. I know this is wrong. No teacher, preacher, parent, friend, or wise man can decide what's right for you. Just listen to the voice that speaks inside of you. By Shel Silverstein. We often encounter daily challenges that are complicated, confusing, and emotionally charged in relationships, at work, or just the activities of our day. That feeling of overwhelm can make it hard to have clarity to figure out the best next steps. Every voice feels fraught with potential negative consequences or unknown outcomes. Getting outside feedback and advice can be helpful, but the best place to begin looking for solutions is within you. You can be your own coach or advisor by tapping into your inner wisdom and intuition, leading you to the best course of action. A simple mindfulness technique can help you move forward to connect with your inner wisdom. Become the observer of your thoughts, as though a separate you is watching your thoughts in your mind. Drawing from this vantage point, observations and subconscious awareness to help you reach a sound conclusion or find a solution. 7-day journal prompt. Be sure to repeat this every day in your journal for the next 7 days. I contemplate a challenge I encountered today or in the past. I visualize my wise, objective advisor sitting next to me, and I ask, how should I handle this situation? This is what my advisor said. In the Bible verse for this week, Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lead not to your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. This familiar wisdom reminds us that while we are encouraged to think critically and seek insight, we must ultimately align with divine guidance. Trusting God doesn't mean ignoring our own understanding, but it does mean holding it with humility and openness to a higher way. And the reflective questions for this verse: am I trusting only in my limited understanding, or am I inviting God's wisdom into my process? What might divine guidance look like in this situation? In the spiritual insight, the objective advisor within you is clearest when your heart is surrendered to God's wisdom. Trust in him acts like a compass, guiding you beyond fear or bias and toward peace, alignment, and clarity. In James 1:5, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. When facing difficult choices, God invites us to ask, not strive, panic, or overthink. Divine wisdom is not reserved for a few. It's available to anyone who sincerely asks with an open heart. This verse reminds us of the generosity and reliability of God as our inner counselor. And the reflective questions for this verse: have I asked God for wisdom with a truly open heart? What would change if I trusted that wisdom will come in time and in peace? And the spiritual insight: you don't have to know everything right away. Wisdom often comes in quiet nudges, not dramatic answers. Patience and presence allow inner clarity through God's Spirit to rise from within. In Psalm 16:7, I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night also my heart instructs me. David acknowledges that wisdom speaks through his inner life, even at night in the quiet of his own heart. This verse reflects how divine counsel doesn't always come from outside sources, but often through our own conscience, reflection, and inner dialogue when we are still. And the reflective questions for this verse: what is my heart telling me when I get quiet? How does God's presence feel when I listen without rushing for answers? And the spiritual insight for this verse: your inner wisdom becomes more accessible when you slow down and tune in. God's counsel often arrives through your own deep awareness, especially in stillness, prayer, and the night watches of your life. In conclusion, The wise voice within. Life will always present situations that feel complex, emotional, and uncertain. While external guidance is sometimes helpful, your deepest answers often come from within. When you pause, breathe, and listen. That wise advisor sitting beside you is the calm, spirit led part of yourself who can see clearly, speak kindly, and point to the way forward. Mindfulness and spiritual discernment work together to help you become your own objective advisor, not driven by fear or reactivity, but by reflection, faith, and trust in the still small voice within. This week, as you journal and reflect, remember God speaks in whispers, not shouts. The more you listen with quiet confidence, the more wisdom you'll discover already planted within you. Thanks for listening until the end. I'd love to know what you thought about this week's video. Drop a line below. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out my website where you can book a one-on-one discovery call to uncover insights on how you can better apply these and other practices in your daily life with ease. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your presence here is greatly appreciated, as your engagement on this channel helps others to find its content for their own benefit, all part of the collective healing efforts across the globe. Namaste, namasko.